Creatine, the muscle-building superpower. Creatine is a naturally occurring chemical present in tiny levels in meals like red meat and fish. It performs a critical part in energy generation inside our muscles. This makes it especially useful for tasks that need brief bursts of strong energy. Such include weightlifting and sprinting. Creatine has achieved tremendous appeal among athletes and fitness enthusiasts owing to its exceptional ability to boost muscular development, strength, and workout performance. One of the most widely studied supplements on the market, with a plethora of scientific data backing its advantages. Creatine is neither a steroid or a miracle drug. It's a natural substance that simply helps your body create more energy. This enhanced energy availability translates into higher performance in the gym, enabling you to lift bigger weights for longer repetitions. Whether you're a seasoned athlete trying to break plateaus or a newbie commencing on your fitness path, knowing how creatine works and how to utilize it efficiently may be a game changer for your results. The science behind creatine's muscle-building properties. To understand how creatine creates muscle, we need to dig into the cellular energy system that powers our exercises. Adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, is the fundamental energy currency of our cells. When we lift weights or undertake high-intensity exercise, our muscles quickly consume their ATP reserves. This depletion of ATP is a fundamental element limiting our performance. Creatine comes into play by boosting the availability of phosphocreatine, a chemical that quickly refills ATP during severe activity. By supplying a readily accessible phosphate group, creatine helps replenish ATP quicker, enabling you to work out harder and longer. This increased ATP availability translates into better power output, delayed muscle exhaustion, and an improved capacity to execute those additional repetitions that drive muscular development. Creatine's involvement in energy generation. Imagine your muscles as high-performance engines. Just as engines need fuel to operate, our muscles need ATP to contract and create force. Creatine functions as a potent fuel source for these engines, ensuring they have the energy to push through strenuous exercises. Think about creatine as a backup tank of fuel for your muscles. When you engage in hard exercise, your body initially draws into its immediate ATP reserves. However, these supplies are limited and deplete fast. This is where creatine steps in. By boosting phosphocreatine levels, creatine offers a readily accessible supply of phosphate to replenish ATP, thereby prolonging the duration of your high-intensity performance. This improved energy output is especially critical for exercises like weightlifting, sprinting, and explosive motions, when brief bursts of peak effort are needed. Boosting strength and power output. One of the most widely recognized effects of creatine supplementation is its potential to boost strength and power output. By boosting the availability of ATP, creatine helps you to lift bigger weights and create greater power throughout your exercises. Numerous studies have indicated substantial gains in strength and power in persons supplementing with creatine compared to those receiving a placebo. These increases are due to creatine's involvement in improving the energy systems that drive muscle contractions. This improvement in strength and power production translates into higher muscle activation, leading to improved muscular development over time. Essentially, creatine helps you to push your boundaries farther in the gym, fostering greater muscular adaptation and hypertrophy. Recovery is just as vital as the activity itself when it comes to muscular building. Creatine serves a supporting function in the healing process, helping you bounce back quicker from intensive exercise sessions. Creatine supplementation has been demonstrated to minimize muscle damage and inflammation, both of which are natural results of intensive exercise. By reducing these effects, creatine helps produce a more anabolic or muscle-growing environment inside your body. Moreover, creatine's capacity to boost cell volumization, pulling water into muscle cells, may further stimulate muscle protein synthesis and minimize protein breakdown. This improved cellular hydration adds to a fuller, more muscular look. By supporting proper recovery and providing a favorable environment for muscular development, creatine helps you optimize the rewards of your hard work in the gym. Creatine with fat reduction, distinguishing reality from fantasy. While creatine is largely renowned for its muscle-building effects, there's also some research showing it may play a role in fat reduction. However, it's vital to address this element with a balanced viewpoint. Creatine itself doesn't directly burn fat, but its possible fat reduction effects arise from its ability to increase performance during exercises. By improving strength and power production, creatine helps you to work out harder and perhaps burn more calories. Additionally, the increase in muscle mass linked with creatine supplementation might lead to a modest rise in your basal metabolic rate, meaning you burn more calories at rest. However, this impact is quite minor. It's vital to recognize that creatine is not a miraculous fat loss treatment. Its principal advantages lay in muscular development and performance improvement. Fat reduction is generally caused by a persistent calorie deficit via diet and exercise. One significant problem connected with creatine supplementation is water retention. While creatine may induce a minor rise in water weight, it's crucial to understand the nature of this impact. Creatine transports water into muscle cells, a process known as cell volumization. This increased cellular hydration leads to a fuller, more muscular appearance. The water is kept inside the muscle cells and not under the skin, so it doesn't lead to a bloated or puffy look. The initial rise in water weight is generally transitory and reduces as your body adjusts to creatine administration. Furthermore, the propensity for water retention differs across people. It's vital to emphasize that the minor rise in water weight linked with creatine is not fat growth. In fact, the performance-boosting effects of creatine frequently surpass any worries regarding transient water retention. Creatine monohydrate is the most studied and cost-effective type of creatine available. It's usually regarded the gold standard for creatine supplementation. The recommended daily amount of creatine is normally approximately 3 to 5 grams, taken regularly with or without meals. You may combine it with water, juice, or your favorite protein smoothie. Some persons opt for a loading period when first commencing creatine. This includes ingesting a greater dosage, approximately 20 grams per day, for the first 5-7 days to saturate muscle creatine reserves. However, a loading period is not necessarily essential, and you may acquire comparable outcomes over time by persistently taking a lower daily dosage. Creatine loading is a mechanism used to quickly enhance muscle creatine reserves. It entails ingesting a larger amount of creatine for a brief time, often 5 to 7 days. During a loading phase, the suggested daily dosage is roughly 20 grams split into equal portions of 5 grams throughout the day. This increased consumption helps fill your muscles with creatine more rapidly. After the loading period, you may convert to a maintenance dosage of 3 to 5 grams per day to sustain increased creatine levels when loading is not technically essential. Some persons prefer it to feel the advantages of creatine sooner. It's crucial to remember that creatine loading may increase the chance of gastrointestinal discomfort in certain persons. If you have any digestive troubles, try lowering the loading dosage or opting for a progressive approach to supplementing. Creatine is one of the most widely researched supplements on the market and is usually regarded safe for healthy individuals when taken as prescribed. However, like with any supplement, there's always the chance for negative effects. Some people may suffer moderate gastrointestinal discomfort, such as bloating, diarrhea, or stomach cramps, particularly during the loading period. These effects are generally transient and may be mitigated by lowering the amount or taking creatine with meals. Creatine supplementation has not been related to any severe health hazards in healthy persons. However, if you have any pre-existing medical disorders such as renal difficulties, it's necessary to contact with your doctor before taking creatine. It's also worth mentioning that creatine is not suggested for children, adolescents, or pregnant or nursing women owing to a lack of studies in these groups. Creatine is a safe, effective, and economical supplement that may substantially accelerate your muscle development journey by boosting ATP availability. Creatine boosts strength, power output, and recuperation, allowing you to work out harder and optimize your benefits. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just beginning your fitness journey, integrating creatine into your supplement routine will help you break through plateaus and attain your fitness objectives quicker. Remember to purchase creatine monohydrate from a recognized manufacturer. Follow stated dose recommendations and listen to your body. With its established track record and countless advantages, creatine might be a great tool in your quest for a stronger, more muscular body. Unleash your maximum potential and experience the transformational power of creatine.
Looking for high-quality supplements backed by Dr. Andrew Huberman himself? Check out the links in the description below and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you've learned anything new or anything of value.